Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the world of hidden treasures, rare discoveries, and the unbelievable value hiding inside ordinary-looking coins. If you've ever looked at the change in your pocket and thought it was worthless, today's story is going to completely change your mind, because right now we're talking about a single-cent coin, a Lincoln penny, minted in 1999 with the Denver Mint mark. At first glance it looks like any other penny you'd spend without a second thought. But here's the shocking truth. This very coin has been valued in the collector's market at an incredible $585,329. Yes, you heard that right. More than $500,000, for just 1 cent. So how can a coin so ordinary become so unbelievably valuable? Let's break it down. The 1999 Lincoln penny was part of the Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 all the way until 2008. Most of these pennies are still circulating today, and you probably have dozens of them lying around in jars or drawers. But every now and then, a very small number of these coins are minted with unique errors, varieties, or features that make them incredibly rare. When collectors discover them, the value skyrockets. One of the reasons coins like the 1999 can reach prices this high is because of die errors. That means the minting process created tiny mistakes that were never intended. These could include double dies where the lettering looks slightly overlapped, off-center strikes where the design doesn't sit correctly, or even the wrong planchet being used, which means the coin was struck on a blank metal disc meant for another denomination entirely. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. Collectors are obsessed with finding these rare varieties because the demand far outweighs the supply. Imagine thousands of coin hunters searching through rolls of pennies just hoping to stumble on one with a mistake. That competition drives the value through the roof, but it isn't just errors. The condition of the coin is everything. A coin that has never been in circulation, what experts call mint state, can command prices that are hundreds of times higher than the same coin that's been scratched, worn, or bent. That's why serious collectors send their finds to professional grading services. These companies place the coin under high-powered microscopes, study every detail, and then assign a grade on a 70-point scale. The closer to perfection the coin is, the more it's worth. In the case of the 1999 Lincoln penny, 1 cent pieces graded at the very highest level can bring life-changing money. And the coin that stunned collectors was graded so high, so pristine, that it reached a market value of $585,000. Just think about that. A coin you could have in your pocket right now might hold enough value to buy a house, pay off debts, or even fund your retirement. So what should you be looking for if you've got a 1999 penny? The first thing is to check for the Denver Mint mark just below the date. Then look carefully for doubling in the lettering, especially the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Check if the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side has unusual details or misalignments. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone's zoom to study the coin. And if you think you've got something special, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Another tip is to always check coin rolls from the bank. Many collectors have found treasures this way, paying only face value but uncovering coins worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine buying a roll of 50 pennies and walking away with a $500,000 discovery. The story of the 1999 penny proves that rare coins are not just relics of the past. Valuable treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered. They're in your wallet, in old jars, in change from the grocery store, or tucked away in family coin collections. So the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't just pass it by. That little coin could be the ticket to an unbelievable payday. And that's exactly what we love uncovering here on Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button because it really helps us out. Subscribe to Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we uncover hidden treasures from the change in your pocket, the coins in your piggy bank, and the forgotten jars of pennies that might be sitting in your house right now. Today I have something extremely exciting to share with you. We are going to talk about a single coin that looks so ordinary, so common, yet it holds a market value of over $585,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A simple 1-cent coin from the year 2004 can be worth an unbelievable $585, $330. So let's dive deep into this incredible story. When you think of a penny, you usually imagine the copper-colored Lincoln cent that we have all seen countless times. Most of us don't even bother looking closely at these coins. After all, they are only worth 1 cent, right? But here is the magic of coin collecting. Sometimes mistakes, rare variations, or limited mintages make a small coin worth a fortune. And that is exactly the case with the 2004 1-cent coin that shocked the world of collectors with its staggering market value. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone pay over $500,000 for a penny? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, demand, and the fascinating story behind the coin. The 2004 Lincoln cent was minted in the United States during a time when billions of pennies were being produced each year. But among those billions, a tiny handful were struck with special errors or unique characteristics that make them stand out. Some of these rare 2004 cents feature doubling in the design, which collectors call a double die error. That means when you look at the coin carefully under magnification, the words like Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date 2004 might appear doubled. This error happened during the minting process and it makes the coin extremely rare. Other valuable 2004 cents might show strikes, unusual metal compositions, or even unique mint marks. These details might look small to the average person, but to a coin collector they are gold. And when something is rare and collectors want it, the value skyrockets. Imagine holding a single coin that cost you just 1 cent at the store but realizing it could sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars at an auction. That is the thrill of coin collecting. In fact, one of these rare 2004 1-cent coins has been valued at a jaw-dropping $585,330. That is enough to buy a house, a luxury car, or even set you up for life. Now let's talk about how you can identify if you have one of these rare coins. First, check the date carefully. Look for 2004 and then examine the details closely. Use a magnifying glass if possible. Pay attention to the lettering, the numbers, and the edges of the coin. Any doubling, misalignment, or strange features could mean you are holding something incredibly valuable. Also, condition matters a lot. A coin in mint state, meaning it looks almost brand new with little to no wear, will always sell for more than a coin that is scratched or heavily circulated. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that look perfect. That is why some of these 2004 cents in pristine condition have reached such high market values. This is why I always tell my viewers, never ignore the pennies in your change. That handful of coins you might toss aside could contain a treasure. It only takes one rare find to change your life forever. And the 2004 1 cent valued at $585,330 is proof of that. Now imagine this. You are digging through your old coin jar or maybe checking the coins in your wallet right now. You find a 2004 penny. At first you think, oh, it's just a cent. But then you take a closer look. You notice something unusual in the lettering or the strike. You do a little research, and suddenly you realize you might be holding one of the rarest modern cents in existence. How exciting would that be? Collectors from all around the world are constantly searching for coins like these. Auction houses have sold rare cents for unbelievable amounts of money. And as more people get into the hobby of coin collecting, the demand continues to grow. This means prices can climb even higher in the future. That's why it's the perfect time to learn about rare coins, start checking your change, and maybe even start building your own collection. Here at Rare US Coins, our mission is to bring you these fascinating stories and help you discover the treasures hiding in plain sight. I want you to become more than just someone who spends coins. I want you to become a treasure hunter, a detective of history, someone who recognizes that every coin tells a story. And speaking of stories, the 2004 penny is not the only one worth a fortune. Across different years, different mints, and different designs, there are countless coins out there that can be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why it's so important to stay tuned to this channel, because every video we post could give you the knowledge that leads you to your own discovery. So now I have a challenge for you. After watching this video, I want you to grab your coins, check the pennies, and especially look at any from the year 2004. Who knows, maybe you'll find the next big treasure. And if you do, make sure to come back here and share your story with us in the comments. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap. The 2004 1-cent coin may look ordinary, but in rare cases, special errors and conditions have made it one of the most valuable modern pennies in existence. With a market value as high as $585,330, this tiny coin proves that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. All you need is knowledge, patience, and curiosity to uncover them. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could change your life, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. We are building a community of coin lovers, treasure hunters, and everyday people who realize that history and wealth can be found in the smallest places. Thank you for watching, thank you for being part of Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures of American currency and bring you amazing facts, values, and market secrets about coins that you may have sitting right in your pocket change right now. Today we are diving into something truly fascinating. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand. Most people would think it is just worth 1 cent, something that cannot even buy a piece of candy these days. But what if I told you that one particular cent, a coin from the year 2014, has a market value of $585,331? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin that could be worth over $500,000. That is the kind of discovery that excites collectors, investors, and treasure hunters all over the world. So let us break it down and explore why a coin like this can be so valuable, how to spot it, and what makes collectors willing to pay such enormous sums of money for something that most people would ignore. First, let us talk about the coin itself. In 2014, the United States Mint struck billions of pennies, also called 1-cent coins. These are the Lincoln Shield pennies, which replaced the Lincoln bicentennial designs that were introduced in 2009. At first glance, these pennies look ordinary. On the front side you see the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that has been around since 1909, created by Victor David Brenner. On the back you see the Union Shield design, which symbolizes unity and strength. Most people have dozens of these pennies lying around in jars, wallets, or desk drawers, but here is the secret. Among those billions of coins, a tiny number of errors or special strikes exist. These are the coins that were minted with slight imperfections, double dies, off-center strikes, or other variations that slipped past quality control. For collectors, these errors are not mistakes at all. They are treasures. They make the coin unique, one of a kind, and highly sought after. Now, the 2014 1-cent coin that reached a market value of $585,331 is one of those legendary examples. It is not just a normal penny. It has characteristics that make it rare, possibly a double die obverse or an unusual minting anomaly. When you combine rarity with historical value and collector demand, you get skyrocketing prices in auctions. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine walking into a coin show or an online auction and seeing this ordinary-looking penny listed. Bidding begins at a few $100s, then shoots into the thousands, and before you know it collectors are fighting for ownership, pushing the price into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the end of the auction, this humble penny reaches its record-breaking value of over $500,000. That is the magic of numismatics, the science and art of collecting coins. Now you may be wondering, could you have one of these coins in your pocket right now? The answer is yes, it is possible. That is why I always encourage viewers of this channel to carefully check their change, examine their pennies, and look for unusual features. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Pay attention to details like doubling in the lettering, unusual spacing, missing elements, or coins that look slightly off-center. These tiny signs can be the difference between a coin worth 1 cent and a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors also value the condition of the coin. A 2014 penny in circulated condition, one that has been used in everyday transactions, might not fetch a huge amount. But if you find one that is in uncirculated or mint state condition, with sharp details and bright luster, the value can increase dramatically. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, giving it credibility in the marketplace and often multiplying its worth. Another key point is demand. The world of coin collecting is driven by passion. There are collectors who specialize in Lincoln cents, others who chase down era coins, and still others who want complete sets of every design and year. When a coin like the rare 2014 cent comes up for sale, it sparks intense interest. And with limited supply and high demand, prices can climb to astonishing levels. So the big question is, why should you care? The answer is simple. Coins like these prove that treasures still exist in everyday life. You do not need to be an archaeologist digging up ancient sites or a millionaire buying rare art. All you need is curiosity, patience, and a careful eye. That little penny in your change could be the key to financial freedom or a piece of history that you can pass down to your family. And here on Rare US Coins, my goal is to guide you through this fascinating world. We explore the stories, the values, and the mysteries behind America's currency. Every coin has a story to tell, from the earliest colonial issues to modern minting marvels. And every video we create is a step toward helping you discover something valuable, something rare, and something worth sharing. So let us wrap this up. The 2014 1-cent coin with a market value of $585,331 is proof that hidden treasures exist in plain sight. It is a reminder to never overlook the smallest things, because sometimes those small things carry the biggest surprises. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe the next legendary discovery will be yours. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most valuable modern pennies ever recorded, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about rare coins that could change your life. Share this video with friends and family too, because you never know who might have one of these incredible coins tucked away in a jar or a drawer. Stay curious, stay passionate, and always keep your eyes on your change. This is Rare US Coins.